Okay. Hello, Daniel. Good morning.
Evening is this.
Sorry, I got a bit of a crackler there. Hello. Um,
Hello, mate. Mate,
hello.
I'm here.
Right. Okay. Wonderful. So, welcome to MudRunner's American Wasteland. American
As
Wasteland?
promised.
American Wilds. Sorry. As promised last week on the nap.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna add some basic equipment. I'll add the scout trailer just so that you can see the trailer physics for this.
Trailer physics.
Oh yeah, it's all about the trailer physics, mate. I'll start the engine. Oh, oh, start the engine. Do that. Have a look on the map where I'm meant to be going. Let's go to this watch point, which unlocks this dark bit of map, and we'll get going.
So, if I remember rightly, from a week ago,
Yeah,
you said this is sort of about trying to transport goods from one place to another
mainly
across.
wood,
Oh, right.
mainly
Across
logs.
terrible terrain, and you're like trying to navigate, well,
Yeah,
much like you are now, actually. The sort of shit you would never normally want your car to be in.
yeah. And you also, so there's a big truck behind. So when I come to actually move in the wood around, I'll be using a big truck.
Oh,
But
so what are we doing now?
so to just sort of explore the map and open up the map. So you've got all these bits that have got like the fog of war on. So as
Yes.
you see, like the colour in the map has come up there where I've driven the 10 metres that I've driven. If I can get to a waypoint, all this will sort of lighten up so you can see where it is.
So
But
you're like scouting out
yeah,
in your
but
standard 4x4,
yeah,
and
but
then the truck will do the delivery.
that's it.
Nice.
The general job is to get from a logging station, pick up some logs, and take it to a lumber mill. So over at the top there, or there's another one in the darkness there.
Go on then.
And so first things first. Obviously, you need to unlock, not unlock the map, but you need to like explore the map a bit. So drive quite fast down here, but as soon as you hit the mud, you've got to sort of balance your throttle and not. So if I just gun it, sort of,
I love that a game like this exists
oh,
because
we can do it
there's.
in this mode as well, and
I'm
like
just picturing, the kids, the 16, 17-year-olds picking this up and just be like, what the hell is this?
yeah, this is old man simulator. This is when you want to sit and listen to an hour-long podcast, but also play a video game. You do this. Right,
I'm just imagining, yeah, you've got the kids in the back of this car going, Dad, why didn't we just stay on the road? And you're going, no, trust me, this is quicker.
so I
Go
think
cross country.
we'll have to go. We'll have to go right. Oh, it's a bit muddy.
Oh, it is a
Oh,
bit muddy, yeah.
bit muddy. There we go. Right. Okay. Oh.
How did you find this
Uh,
software?
so I'd seen a couple of people playing it on YouTube, and I'd been like, "What the fuck is this game? This game looks so like randomly odd." I was like, "Oh, if I ever see it ridiculously cheaply, I'll think about it. I'll see what my bank balance is looking like." And then I found it for like £5 on the PlayStation Store. Little broken down bridge with a load of muck over it. Careful not to roll the car, or you'll
Watch
have
the
to.
trailer physics.
Yeah, watch for trailer physics. I'll switch to trailer view
Oh,
so that we
good.
can actually see what's going on. Um, yeah, and we'll do the track. It's only 246 meters to where we're going, so it
Very good.
shouldn't take us more than a couple of hours. Um, yeah, if you roll it over, you've got to go and find like a recovery truck with a big crane on, and go and like right it and repair it. Send a repair trailer over. Right, so I need to go properly off road now, kids. I'm sorry. There we go, right. Get down there, over that tree. There we go. This looks like a bit of a dry lake bed, so we might be able to go. No. Are we stuck on something? Yeah, big rock. There we go, right. Okay. Long it, come. Let's go into second gear.
Yes.
No, back into first. So apparently the pros play it manual, but I'm just playing automatic, where you just have to sort of balance the throttle so you don't spin the tyres out too much. Oh, there's a river. River's
The
almost...
trailer's not happy.
The trailer, yeah, is a bit small and flimsy. That looks deep and fast, doesn't it?
Looks tricky, that does.
Should we give it a whirl? It's,
Okay.
oh, no. Oh, God.
Eee.
That is a steep bank.
It has been done, though, hasn't it? It looks like the river's relatively high.
Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, it's damaging my engine.
We're moving. Or are we?
I think we're getting swept downstream a bit.
Oh, no. That's all right.
Hold on. Oh, no. That's forward motion. Oh, dear. This isn't... Oh, dangerous water level. It's damaging my engine.
Head for that little islandy bit
I'm trying. It's sort of being pushed downstream.
No, you're fine. There's
There
traction.
Yeah, we're all right. Yeah, easy peasy. Bit of a panic there. Sorry, kids in the back. Let's watch that trailer physics.
Yeah. Their short lives flash before their eyes.
This should be a bit shallower. There we go. All right, come on. Yeah, so I'm like, now you basically, you know, without the loading the wood on, you've seen the sort of thing that this game is. It's Ice Road Truckers, but mud.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It's strangely compelling. As I say, lots of calm, taking my time.
If I was in no element of danger or risking money, I would like to do this sort of thing in real life.
Oh yeah, yeah. This sort of, you know, camping holiday, doing this would be quite good fun. If you knew that someone could come and get you out of it. Can I get... trying to work out the best way of getting to the tower. So it doesn't look like I can get through those trees. So
can you check the map?
I can, but we're in the darkness.
Well, so we are.
There look like there's a way off either. Let's reverse back onto the road. No. Let's try without smashing into that little tree. Let's go this way. There might
so
be
you
a
said
way.
a minute ago that you had watched an entire TV series since I saw you.
Yeah, so I watched Noughts and Crosses on the BBC, which apparently
what is it?
So apparently it's based on a like a young adult fiction series or fiction book or book series that Georgie and her sisters all read when they were teenagers, about a alternate United Kingdom that is called Albion. I know we were called Albion once upon a time in history, but it's a version of the United Kingdom where 700 years ago a African nation called Africa took over, and the black people are a minority, but the ruling minority of this country, and the white people are like a repressed underclass of servants, and it's about like a time of I would say mild insurrection from the white boys, and a love story between a young black woman and a white man.
So you watched How many episodes?
I want to say it's 6 episodes, about 45 minutes apiece on the BBC. Wasn't it wasn't the best thing that I've ever seen, but it also wasn't terrible, and Georgie enjoyed it, and it was quite interesting, but also at a few points did sort of think I don't really understand this being a white heterosexual British man. I don't
Do you think
really...
it had much? Did it have much to say? Was there a message?
Yeah, I mean, the overall message was love conquers everything, really, and eventually...
Even mud?
Very topical. Yes, probably even mud. Yeah, I mean, it's... I felt like it could have gone a bit more sort of meta and in-depth with sort of its ideals, and they never really expand on like how these Africans, the people from Africa who are in charge, actually got there or stayed in charge. But I think looking at it, it's probably a bit of an allegory for South Africa, but the opposite way round.
Yeah.
In the late 80s, early 90s, when they were still sort of clinging to this misguided notion of white people being better than black people.
Probably just any sort of European colonisation of, that part of the world.
Sort of, yeah. But as I say, I'm sure some of it has gone completely over my head, because I think the original series was probably aimed at young adult women, and possibly young adult women of colour, and that is, I don't really understand what it feels like to be oppressed. So, I'm sure some of it went completely over my head.
At least you're thinking about it.
But yeah, it was quite interesting. As I say, it's not the best thing that I've seen all year, but it wasn't bad. I watched an entire season.
Bloody hell, yeah.
Of it, so can't have been shocking. Yeah.
We smashed an entire series of something else as well when the mother-in-law was here.
What did you watch?
It was called The Stranger. Have you heard of that?
Oh, is that the one on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps on coming up as a suggested thing. Is it a bit horror related?
Not really, no. It's sort of very grounded in reality. A mystery. I can't really say any more than that without spoiling it.
Okay.
I would say it was solid, but I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend it.
Okay.
It
So
was
again,
solid.
that's how I would describe noughts and crosses. It's
Yeah.
If if your wife wants to watch it, let her. You'd probably find it interesting.
I got to say more about it than that. That's just too vague. There's some very settled, fairly well-to-do families, a teacher and a lawyer, and this stranger comes into their life and starts unveiling bad things they might have done, secrets they might have kept, blackmailing them. Someone goes missing, and quite intriguing, quite sort of, a lot of cliffhangers.
Yeah. They do like cliffhangers these days in TV, don't they?
Oh, yes. Well, nothing wrong with that. Other than that, still
watching, doesn't it?
trawling through The Americans. That just continues to be great.
Yeah.
Marvellous Mrs. Maisel. Still absolutely love that. It's just so
not
nice.
Looked at that or The Americans.
Very funny, very watchable, moving. Characters with sort of believable motives. Just to recap, she's a female comic in the 50s going into the 60s in New York, and struggling to get recognition, and she's got this overbearing family. It's great. And then Homeland's back. Do you watch that?
No, Georgie does. I couldn't really get into it. I think I watched a lot of season 1, but never really got into it after he, who was the main character at the beginning.
Brody.
Is that his name? Brody? Gets killed. Sorry, spoilers. I'm assuming you're past that.
It's old now.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about spoiling that. That's very old.
There's always somebody that's going to have a bit of a pop at you for kicking off like that. I don't know if Homeland is a series that people are really picking up with these days.
I don't think so. That's just really good. Very tense. It's one of them you can't miss anything.
Georgie loved it when she was watching it. I'm shocked she's not mentioned it coming back, but maybe it's just escaped her notice. Or maybe, is it a weekly thing?
Yeah, at the moment it's a weekly thing, Channel 4. Yeah.
I think she's been tending to try and watch them sort of on
binge
catch-up.
them.
So she can binge them while I'm at work. You know, I go off and do a night shift, she'll watch 3 or 4 episodes of a season of something like that.
And Better Call Saul. So happy it wasn't on at all last year. Now it's back, and it's as good as ever, crawling along at a snail's pace. Hilarious.
Is that the reason your wife gave for not wanting to watch it anymore?
No, she turned her back on it when there was just like a fairly violent attack on a character. She just said she didn't want to watch anything like that anymore, so it's gone. I have to watch it on my own now. As I said to you, it's another thing I have to do behind her back.
So, my dad was saying that season 1 and 2 of Westworld has been on the Sci-Fi Channel, and he's been watching that with my mum, but my mum doesn't like it because it's too violent.
It is horribly violent.
But my dad has started just doing what he does with every TV programme that my mum finds too violent, and just streaming it on his phone with headphones in, so that she doesn't have to put up with it. Which I think is a fair way if your other half isn't interested. You know, or if you're lucky or unlucky like me and my wife, and you don't spend every night together, if you don't have a traditional 9 to 5 sort of commitment on one end, you can watch it when the other one does night shifts, or you know, whenever they're away for periods of time. Right. That was me using the winch to get myself off of a tree. I don't think this is particularly the right way. This appears to be a very wet bog with lots of sort of broken bits of tree in.
We're generally following that red line, are we?
Yeah, so I've set a waypoint to the next watchtower. So as you can see, I've opened up. So we started over there, came up the path, and started sort of colouring in the map so that we could sort of get round. And then the next job, if we were going to do it, I don't know how long we've got, is to unlock these garages. So you get a garage there and a garage there that lets you repair and re-equip your trucks, along with the garage that you have at the start, which is over here. So that you can like take bigger log carrying capacity truck things with you as you go out and do it. But,
are we going to see the truck in action?
Well, shall I, now that I've opened up a bit of the map, let me switch to the truck. So we want to, let's take some garage parts and try and unlock the garage that's over here. Oh, fuck. First I need to try and, hang on, that's it. Delete path. Yeah, right. Get rid of that path. Put on the path for the garage. No. I don't know how to, there we go, set a waypoint there. So it needs to come out. Right. It's fine, we'll sort it out.
Okay.
So
this is like more like it. Look at that.
Yeah.
6 wheels.
Nice big. You can turn off the diff lock and you'll just spin your wheels out, and you can turn off the all-wheel drive as well if you want to make it stupid hard for yourself. but let's turn all that on. And
Nice.
so I feel like I'm cheating a little bit because I discovered this truck fairly early on, and it is an absolute monster. It just does the job every single time. I've not encountered a single run that is like impossible with this thing. Whereas every other truck that I've used seems to have some sort of weakness. This thing just seems to always be able to get the job done.
It does.
Yeah, like sometimes you have to slow down. You know, that's about as bad as it gets with this one.
Well, no, it's not like you're cheating. It's the game gave it to you.
On there. Ooh.
I like how you can see the fuel sloshing around in the tanks.
So you got a bit of an idea. Oh, I best not tip this over.
It looks a bit cumbersome, that trailer, doesn't it? God.
It's full of garage parts, mate. Full of mechanical bits and bobs to...
Looks like you taking your in-laws off on a nice holiday this time. They're in the caravan in the back. And are you sure this is the way, Tom? Yes,
I promise you, it's lovely out here.
You're not just going to abandon them and drive off, no.
No. Well, no. Just in case my in-laws are watching this, it's very unlikely. I don't think they know what YouTube is.
No. Well, I love them anyway. They gave me Lapsang Souchon.
Yeah, well, they do like posh tea.
And they gave my best mate a wonderful daughter to do with as he wishes.
Yeah, well, no, that's not quite how our marriage works, is it? They acquired a man for their daughter, and made him very beholden to her.
I'm only pulling your leg.
I know. I'm only joshing with my in-laws. Please don't fire me from the position that you've granted me with your eldest child.
Get out, Tom.
Well, we're in the water again. There we go. Right.
This truck doesn't give a shit, does it?
No. It's not the biggest truck. It can't pull the biggest load, but it will get the loads that it can pull wherever you want. Really. So I want to really. I feel like I should stick to the off-road. So I'm about to join up with with an actual road.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's not where this game excels. So I could try and get onto this road round here. So it's a bit more muddy. But we'll have a look. Let's go this way. I'll go completely off the beaten track for getting to the road. Just completely fucking steamroller those trees. Rocks. No, don't need to worry about them either with this thing really.
Not a problem.
So what I do need to do is turn the diff lock and the all-wheel drive off. Oh, it's getting to be night time. So there's a day-night cycle as well.
Yeah.
Just because driving off-road in the mud when you're not using this one, that looks like a path, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It's not on the map. Let's go down there. How are we looking for time?
You got time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that I've forgotten to set the timer?
No, you got 6 minutes of the allotted 30 that we.
All right, okay. So I reckon we can get to this garage and do So I mean, I've shown you the entire game now. This is apart from the actual part of the game where you finish the levels, where you take logs around. You get the general gist. It's muddy. You're driving a truck. Let's just bump up that caravan. It's fine.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to give this a go. I don't think I'd buy it myself.
No, fair enough.
I've got enough time sinks as it is.
Yeah. Fair enough. This is prepping for the apocalypse. Waste of time, I would class this game as. This game really is like, yeah. Oh no, damaged my engine. Put on a podcast, or chat to your mate for 40 minutes, or, as I found earlier, have both your children scream at you because it's boring, Daddy. Why are you playing this? Can we please watch cartoons? This game.
I'm not ashamed to say I put my 3-year-old on Grand Theft Auto earlier.
No, you shouldn't be ashamed to do that. I had Rose on Grand Theft Auto when she was probably Poppy's age.
Yeah.
If you
doesn't
moderate
have to be
the
horrible.
bit of the game that they play on, so I
Exactly.
used to drive Rose. I would drive quite carefully out to the airfield with a car, take it to the spray and pay, and paint it pink for her, and she would just drive it around until it exploded. But she'd basically never ever see another, like, a non-playable character. And if she did, I was very insistent that there was to be, no running over or violence, because that's not what the game was for. It was for just
Exactly.
driving around in a really pretty city and occasionally really fast. That's what it's for, isn't it?
Poppy, she explored Michael's house.
Ooh, it's a nice
And then
house, isn't it?
Yes, and then she went into his neighbour's back garden and spent ages jumping in and out of the swimming pool. She
Brilliant.
thought it was hilarious that she could knock over all their chairs as well.
A 3-year-old's mind.
Yeah. Then I took her drove, as you say, very carefully down to the beach, and we went on the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel.
Yeah,
When we
that's a good idea.
went on a jet ski up and down the beach a bit.
I wonder if Annabelle would like that. 'Cause I suppose, yeah. Maybe Annabelle would like to do a bit of that. There we go. So I've unlocked the garage.
Well
There you
done,
go.
Tom.
Right.
There you are.
Yeah, there
A
you go.
success.
Yeah.
A win for the Nap Habit boys.
Yeah. So that's 2 in a row where things have actually gone relatively well. Really.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
it. Things have happened.
Yeah, should we call that a thing? That's a full nap, isn't it? Let's
For
face
sure.
it. Let's face it. Half an hour of this is a nap for anyone who's not playing it. Yeah. All right.
Amen.
Well, like, comment, subscribe. Email us at naphabit@gmail.com. Follow us on Grindr, because we didn't do that one last week. And send us all your dry pasta and toilet roll still, probably.
Thanks.
Bye.